Hi everyone, I'm Store the Orc, and I'm going to be bringing you a brand new series called Decide Design, where we look at everything game design related.
So, today we are looking at floor plans. Now, I know this is the third video in this series, and today I want to just show you some preliminary research methods, how we can start mocking up designs for floor plans, how we can start to then develop that with imagery and start to imagine the scene in 3D. So I've started with a super simple layout here. I've just used Google Slides for this, created some shapes and labelled them with potential positions for buildings, generators, where the street's going to be, and I really want this map to have a feeling of claustrophobia and a choke point so that the player feels like they are in this post-apocalyptic setting. The level design method we're using here is essentially a variation on our Overwatch level design video, which was the second video in this series, and we're looking at different sections of the map. So we've started with where we spawn and where our story starts in terms of scripted events. Then we're going to look at the playable space, and currently I'm looking at the exit for the player, how they're going to escape the map and finish the mission. So we're really designing this level around the mission objectives, and so we're looking at the beginning, middle and end to stick with that narrative flow. Now for this piece there was quite a lot of preliminary research that went into it, and that involved looking at Google Earth images, creating a 3D space that was based on a real life space around Grand Central Station, around somewhere that felt cold and like it would suit an abandoned environment, particularly within a zombie apocalyptic setting. Currently we're just looking at the interior for the main playable space of the map. The idea for the mission is that it is a do or die mission. You are instructed to enter the building, find the generators, activate them so that this gang can use the library slash station as a fort and a stronghold in the map, and you are moving through this playable space in order to turn on the generators, escape the museum alive, and ideally they will spare your character's life as you progress on through the narrative. But really right now we're just trying to get an idea and a feel for the temperature of the environment, the kind of materials we're expecting to see, the layout of things such as tables, shelves, TV screens, lighting, glass windows, and the kind of framework for the architectural structure as well. So right now we're just outlining some really nice basic rules for level design and in terms of mission design as well. So we're looking at the location, what kind of mission style it is, what is the rule set for this mission, so the parameters in which your character is conditioned, and that is followed by your win condition and losing condition. We should be doing this before we do our objective sequencing because it better informs the order in which we sequence our objectives and how the player is going to move through that playable space feeling comfortable and confident, and like there is a feeling of balance and flow and progression. So now we're just looking at the character outline. So what kind of art style do they have, what kind of backstory do they have, what is their narrative, so that we can make sure that the characters fit the storyline we're giving them and they are suitable for the mission objectives that are in place. I'm then going to further outline the win and loss conditions, particularly around the relative skill that we spoke about in previous videos, so that across our mission objectives, in order to get the player to go where we need them to go, we're going to have 3 primary objectives which will give the player XP and the ability to unlock items, and we're just looking at 3 primary objectives across all of our goals for the player that they can work towards to complete the mission. And we're going to make one of those conditional, which means that it doesn't necessarily have to be completed, but it will offer the player extra benefits if they do. You can see as we've been scrolling, I've just created some really simple 3D blockouts of the playable space. I've positioned the camera